In this new age, money isn't about survival anymore. It's about sanity. The rules have changed. Jobs feel more fragile. Freedom feels more distant. And stress is now a lifestyle. But what if you could opt out? Here are 10 reasons why financial freedom matters more than ever. And none of them are what your financial advisor will tell you. Watch till the end of the video because the last one on the list is the most interesting one and will totally change your perspective. The first reason why financial freedom matters is because the career game has changed. AI is replacing jobs faster than people can retrain. Inflation is eating your salary silently, and corporate loyalty is dead. You're one restructure away from irrelevance. The days of job security and staying in one organization for 15 to 20 years are long dead. Your ability to reinvent your career is directly proportional to the amount of financial freedom that you have. The more financial freedom you have, the more space and freedom you have to shape your career. If you have to keep running behind jobs to just survive, you will never have the space to reinvent. And in this new age, if you do not reinvent your career, it will probably be dead. Financial freedom gives you the ability to stop playing a rigged game and to create your own. Reason number 2, your mental health cannot wait. Burnout has gone mainstream. Constant notifications, 12-hour workdays, no silence. Your mind needs space, but space costs time and time costs money. Financial freedom will buy back your mental bandwidth. You don't need a vacation, you need more escape velocity. In a hyper-connected world, the rarest commodity is peace. Peace to think, to reflect, to create. You will not get peace by constant hustle or running ever faster. Your peace is directly proportional to your financial freedom. The more financial freedom you have, the more peace you will have. This channel is for people who are done playing small. So before we look at the next one on the list, hit subscribe if you want financial freedom, career growth, and happiness. One idea at a time. Reason number 3 why financial freedom matters is freedom is the new flex. Luxury watches are out. Free time is in. The rat race is out. The ability to own your time is in. In this new age, the most important thing that you can own is a free afternoon. The most important thing that you can perhaps show off is how much you own your time. Maybe this is the most obvious thing that one can say, but it needs to be said. Free time and hence freedom is directly proportional to the amount of financial freedom that you have. The more financial freedom you have, the more time and freedom you will have. But there's one more not so obvious thing. We often equate rich with income and power. It's far from the truth. Real wealth and being rich is having financial freedom. It's the new flex. Reason number 4, your best work comes after you stop chasing money. When you no longer work for money, you start working for purpose. That's when your best, most authentic work shows up, whether it's building a company, writing, teaching, or even parenting. Career growth and great work are inversely proportional to chasing money. The more you chase money, the lesser the chance that you will truly grow and do your best work. But practically, you can only stop chasing money once you have achieved financial freedom. Now, this does sound like a paradox because you need money to achieve financial freedom. However, you must understand that financial freedom does not mean having a humongous amount of wealth. It just means that you can survive well enough without needing more money. Financial freedom is more about your lifestyle to wealth ratio than it is about absolute wealth. You can have millions and yet not be financially free because your lifestyle needs much more than those millions. Achieve financial freedom so that you can stop chasing money and start chasing your best and most passionate work. At number 5 is the ability to design your own life. The 9 to 5 was built for factories, not souls. Some people work best at night. Some people work best only 3 days a week. Each one of us is different. And to live our best lives, we need to design our lives to align with our best selves. And the reason why financial freedom matters so much is that it gives you the right to design your own life, not just your calendar. Have you ever wanted to explore a totally different career? Why haven't you done so? Once you achieve financial freedom, you aren't tied to one job or even one career. Designing your life needs experimentation. You won't get it right on day 1 or in the first attempt. The freedom to experiment in your life is directly proportional to your financial freedom. The more financial freedom you have, the more you can experiment. And the more you experiment, the more you will move closer to finding, designing, and living your best life. The 6th reason why financial freedom matters is that emergencies will not break you anymore. Most people are one hospital bill, one layoff, and one crisis away from collapse. Freedom means resilience, not because problems don't happen, but because you won't be scrambling when they do. Most people think that the amount of uncertainty in the world will directly reflect on their lives. And this is true to an extent. Obviously, none of us can be totally immune to what's happening in the world, especially in these times. But this is even more reason to achieve the cushion of financial independence. Uncertainty is inversely proportional to financial independence. If we plot a graph of uncertainty versus financial freedom, it will look like this, where the more financial freedom you have, the less uncertainty there will be. Uncertainty or sudden events like a crisis will not affect you as much as they would when you do not have financial freedom. In this new age, uncertainty is the norm. Financial freedom is your defense. Reason number 7, your kids will copy your life, not your advice. You can tell your kids to chase their dreams. You can tell them to prioritize happiness, health, and freedom. But if they see you tired, overworked, and stressed, missing family dinners, working weekends, apologizing for not being present, they'll absorb that as normal. Because children don't copy what you say, they copy what you tolerate. They learn that being successful means being constantly exhausted. That adulthood means trading your soul for a paycheck. That stress is just a part of life. Now imagine this instead. They grow up seeing you at peace, working not because you have to, but because you want to. Available, present, and happy. You become living proof that freedom is possible and worth it. That's the best inheritance that you can give. Not money, not lectures. A model of a life well lived. Becoming free isn't about being selfish, it's legacy. Reason number 8 is stop compromising who you truly are. Ever noticed how many people slowly become someone they never wanted to be? Because they have to keep the job, the client, and the paycheck. Every time you say yes when you mean no, every time you water down your opinion in meetings, you're trading pieces of yourself for approval, for security, for that monthly paycheck. And after a few years, you forget who you were before the compromise began. Money pressure forces you to conform, quietly, invisibly. Authenticity is directly proportional to the amount of financial freedom that you have. The more financial freedom you have, the more easy it is to be authentic. This is not to say that you cannot ever be authentic without financial freedom, but that it's much more harder and takes a lot out of you. Financial freedom doesn't just give you back your time, it gives you back your authenticity. You start choosing what you really believe in. You start performing. You start living. Reason number 9, you have only one life. No second chances. This isn't a trial run. You don't get a second draft. Every year you spend in survival mode is 1 year of your only life gone. No one wants to spend all your life in survival mode. But unfortunately, a lot of people do exactly that. Even without wanting to, they end up living the same life for many years. The reason is that most people think financial freedom is an impossible goal. But it's not. It's reachable with the right plan and commitment. It requires discipline and sacrifices in the early stages, but the long-term results outweigh all of these. Think about it. On one hand, you can allow yourself to be carried away by trends, live a luxury life and lifestyle, but live paycheck to paycheck, working long hours to maintain that lifestyle, without the time to enjoy it. On the other hand, you can rationalize your lifestyle and win freedom over the long term. You can then live life on your own terms. Just choose wisely. Financial freedom isn't about quitting life, it's about finally starting it. And at number 10 on the list, and perhaps the most important one, the world needs more free people. Let's be honest, the world isn't short on opinion, or outrage, or noise, but it is short on calm, clear-headed, and creative people. People who aren't in survival mode. People who have the space to think beyond next month's rent or EMI. People who aren't so burned out that they forget their own gifts. When you're financially free, you're no longer just reacting to life. You start contributing to it. You write that book. You mentor that kid. You build something new. Not because you need money, but because it matters. And that's what the world is dying for right now. People who are free enough to care, to imagine better systems, to build saner businesses. The future will not be built by people stuck in meetings. It'll be built by free minds, thinking, creating, finding new ways to live. The future belongs to the free, Remember, financial freedom isn't the end goal, it's just the beginning. If you want to change the world, start by freeing yourself. Hit subscribe, and if you want to know the key to retiring before 40, like I did, watch this video.